I was here for open mic a couple weeks ago, and Michael got up and played piano. It's not here. I mean, he had it for open mic. Yeah, they have one up for open mic.
For
yeah.
one song.
Remember at church, I used to be a worship leader, and like one time in particular, I I played the whole first verse, and I was capoed on the wrong fret. So the band comes in, and it was just all wrong. But it took a second because it was only a half step. It took a second to figure out like what was going on. But then we were like, okay, we're just gonna start the song over. And it was like, oh, yeah, you can do that. I did it.
There's a whole basket of egg shakers on the counter. I just noticed. So if somebody wants the shaky weight, you just let me know.
I'm just gonna
Sure.
clap
Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe dance. In the
Oh,
back.
okay. Yeah.
Michael.
No.
Mirror put on the floor.
Michael.
Are we playing straight to 9 or do we take a break?
No, we'll take a break.
Okay.
We're going to do 2 rounds.
Okay, 2 rounds
Take
and then.
take a break
yeah.
and then do another 2,
Okay.
more or less. This
Okay.
may not run all the way till 9. We'll take a little bit longer break maybe. So.
Okay.
So. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Artichoke once again. We are here on a nice, rainy, somewhat blustery Sunday night to have our songwriter showcase. It's not like selling shells by the seashore, but it's pretty close in terms of trying to say that many times. My name is Michael Henchman. I'm hosting tonight. I'm thrilled to have 3 wonderful songwriters here with me. All of them have a varied and amazing history and things that they've done in their lives and the places they've traveled to and so on, and some of their profiles you can find online. I'd like to introduce, first of all, to my left, Marianne Fleming. And Jeremy Herzer. And Aslan, also. So we're just gonna go round the horn here tonight, playing some songs for you, and we'll take a break after maybe just under an hour for a little bit of refreshments, and then do another set as well. So hope you'll hang in there with us and just sit back and enjoy a nice Sunday evening. Oh, a couple quick things before I forget, because I almost did. Cell phones, please take a look at them and make sure they're silenced. Sometimes we like to joke and say it's okay if they're on stun. And also for restrooms, as you probably have noticed, the Purple Monster up here is a restroom, but we ask that you not use that during the show just because we're videoing and streaming. So if you need to go and get up during the show, just pop through the curtain in the back and go back into the store. There's a bathroom on the main floor, and then there's one also up half a flight of stairs. You can do it that way. So, and also lastly, but mostly importantly here, Artichoke, as you probably know, is an all-volunteer organization, 501c3, so your support is always welcome. And we're always looking for people who would like to volunteer their talents here as well. So let's get started. I'm going to start things off here with a song that's on my latest record that I like to bill as sort of a missing persons report and a love song and a ghost story all rolled into one. This is called Ghost Pines. Red Pine Ridge, there's a ribbon in a tree, left there by a woman I knew as the summer went to sleep. As the summer went to sleep. She was born in a thunderstorm, a tempest in bone china cup, nerves of steel but a tender heart, with a love that filled me up, with a love that filled me up. She had been out on the running road, though she didn't plan to stay. Leather and lace, found a home, set her feet upon this place. But autumn kept its appointment with sky impossibly blue. She slipped away without a single word, like a spirit passing through. In the ghost pines, there's a shadow in the trees. For a long time, trying to catch up with me. In the ghost pines, it's a place I know. Through the long nights, where it passes slow. In my dreams, now and then, I hear a sweet voice over wind and snow. I stumble toward that forsaken hill, try to bring her down from the cold. But 100 days or 100 years, it's a spell you cannot break. Once a ghost in that nether world, no heroes, no escape. In the ghost pines, there's a shadow in the trees. For a long time, I can almost see. Oh, in the ghost pines, it's a place I know. Through the long nights, where it passes slow. High up on Red Pine Ridge, there's a ribbon in a tree, left there by a woman I knew as the summer went to sleep. Thank you. Thank you.
No fair breaking our hearts right away, Michael.
Well, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to do a song I don't really know that well to start off with. Not the smartest move, but that's the story of my life. I just wrote this. I think Michael was around when I started it. Here I pretend I'm the devil. Does anyone have a maniacal laugh? Don't. Perfect. Can you save that for the end? So here I'm thinking I'm the devil. I'm the devil at the crossroads with Robert Johnson or anybody. Here's a story never gets old. You save yourself, you lose your soul. We'll give you this, you give us that. If you don't want it, well, we'll be back, 'cause everything can be bought or sold. Bottom line, blood for gold. It's a racket, I do agree. There's a lot of palms to grease, a lot of in-betweens. We'll find a prophet who works for free, give you inspiration to fuel our greed, 'cause everything can be bought or sold. Bottom line, blood for gold. Act now, don't wait. You wait too long, we'll brand you a reprobate. Follow you around like a dark black cloud. Come on, sign here, make your mama proud. You're the brave one, but we're the free. Make sure you're a footnote in our history. Here's a medal, wear it with pride. Don't it make you feel good to know God's on our side? Everything can be bought or sold. Bottom line, blood for gold. Need that laugh.
Wow,
I'm evil.
that was amazing. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Artichoke, for having us tonight. I go backpacking every summer with a friend of mine. I think this is our, we missed this year, but I think we've been like 5 in a row. And one of the things, among many things I love about backpacking, one of the things I love about it is that at some point it just sucks. But you're 20 miles from the car, and there's no helicopter, no mule train that's coming to save you. So it's one of those moments that's really missing from our society of like you have no choice but to walk 20 miles back or to walk 20 miles that way. And I just enjoy those moments of negotiation with myself. And ultimately, what I really enjoy is that moment of like getting over it and walking. So this song's called Change of Scenery. Well, I think it's time for a change of scenery. I think it's time I walked away out into the woods, disappearing into the greenery.
I ain't coming back till I'm okay. I've been burning out. Life's taken everything I've given it. But it's awful slow to pay me back. I'm joining the birds out offering up their melodies. I've got some baggage to unpack. Yeah, well, I need a break to crawl away and to let my soul gaze up to the stars. Yeah, I'm on the trail in search of who I used to be. I'm out looking for my soul, climbing down and spelunking into my history, to before my comfort took control. Mm-hmm. 20 more miles of wrestling with the altitude. 20 more miles with just my thoughts, fighting my lungs and forcing my legs to carry me. I'm chasing a dream I've never caught. Yeah, well, I need a break to crawl away, to let my soul gaze up to the stars. Well, I'm on the trail in search of who I used to be. I'm out looking for my soul, climbing down and spelunking into my history, before my comfort took control. Setting out to rekindle the joy inside of me. Well, I want to burn with a sacred flame, to leave behind the warmth of familiarity, to find a wild that can't be tamed. No, can't be tamed. No, can't be tamed. Thank you.
That was really great.
Thank
I
you.
love that it was about backpacking too. I was a backpacking guide in college, and I think all the kids really benefited from those moments that
Yeah.
you were talking
Yeah.
about of not like we'd always say at the beginning of the week, like, you guys are gonna make your best friends on this trip. We know you're gonna make your best friends on this trip. But they'd be like, "How do you know that?" And we couldn't tell them because we're gonna traumatize you, and
Yeah.
then the people you'll bond with, those will be your best friends.
The shared misery.
Yeah, nobody knew. Yeah. Well, I had a different song planned, but that one reminded me of this song that I wrote. I call it my woodland love song. It's called "Be Here, Loving You." But I wrote it about being in the woods and being totally detached, and the idea, I think I was just reading the news one day, like early in the morning, and I got really depressed really early in the morning. And I was like, dang it. I looked out the window and saw like a squirrel. And I was like, man, that squirrel knows nothing of economy or politics or, he's just out there hanging out the way he has for years and years. And I was like, man, I wish I could be a squirrel with my partner and we could just be running around in the forest together. I'm sure we'd have other problems, but, and so I just started writing the song about what it would be like to just be in some magical forest where nothing bad happens. And so that's what this song's called, and it's called Be Here Loving You. I could keep on swimming miles and miles, or I could take off running in the wind. I could be a honeybee flying on my ecstasy, or I could be at home keeping warm. I could still be hopping lily paths, taking my time along the path. I could burrow deep into the ground, find things that can't be found, with a head lost up in the sky. But I just wanna be here loving you. I just wanna be here loving you. All the vultures waiting for a kill, all the snakes hidden in the grass, none of them a sweat to me. We've hiked these woods before, you see, somehow making our way back. But I just wanna be here loving you. I just wanna be here loving you. Yeah. I just wanna be here loving you. I just wanna be here loving you. Yeah, I just wanna be here loving you. Yeah, I just wanna be in love with you. Thank you.
Well, just because you mentioned the woodlands, I'm going to switch up what I had thought I was going to do as well.
Isn't that fun?
You know, in spite of the fact that the weather gets kind of unstable and blustery this time of year, autumn's, I won't say it's my favorite season, but it's pretty close to the top. Just because there's such a sense of change, but there's also a sense of completion. You can feel like we're moving towards the great sleep before the new renewal happens, and just you know, especially when the sky feels leaden, the leaves are sort of flying about, and we have patches of blue sky, and then it gets gray again, and all that. And I wrote this song a few years ago because I was inspired by all of those feelings. I was actually sitting outside on a patio in a September night, and I made a point of just closing my eyes, had a pad and pencil, and I just wanted to start writing down all the things that I was hearing. It's funny when you close your eyes and are not visually distracted and let your hearing sort of expand, you start picking up layers and layers, things more in the distance, things closer, things behind you, things ahead of you, and smells and various things. And so this came out of that. tuned because we care. As days grow short and echo across the hills, a mother's voice calling her children in. Over gloaming light, touch of frost in the air, sweetest sound, full of love that will never end. And leaves gone dry, rustling like old paper fans, searching rest, they flee their tethers of spring. And twinkling lights of houses all wrapped in warm, chimneys lit, smoke is caressing the wind. As autumn slips away from view, as blue skies give way to gray, days disappear and faded make way for the new. A silver plane languidly crossing the clouds, shining bright, trails a streamer behind. Whither it goes, headed for ports unknown, just like all of us, journeys go all across time. A child is young, tasting a world brand new, takes delight in all that she feels and sees. An old man nearby, memories deep in his heart. Sunny days depart, yet he smiles at what he perceives. As autumn slips away from view, as blue skies give way to gray, days disappear and faded make way for the new. Days disappear, days disappear, and faded make way for the new. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Well, that was gorgeous.
Thank you.
So that makes me want to do this song. And it could use a shaker on it.
Okay.
It's a newer song. And my happy place is the water. I'm a Florida girl, born and raised, so that's all I need is water. I lived in Washington, D.C. once, and I went swimming in the Gulf pond and the golf course, and I think everyone looked at me like I was disgusting. It's like, I need to go swimming. That's the closest body of water. Anyways, surprisingly enough, this song is called Walking by the Water. I've been searching most of my days, loving and hurting, running away. Then I'm out on a limb, under a blanket of snow, and when the bell breaks, I go walking by the water, whispering to the trees, listen to the chatter of the birds flying over me. Then I go a little further till my muddy water runs clean. Walking by the water, walking by the water. Seems so simple, feel so free. Might not work for you. Come along and see. When you're out so tight, feel like you'll explode. You just had to stop. Let's go walking by the water, whispering to the trees, listen to the chatter of the birds flying over me. Then I go a little further till my muddy water runs clean. Walking by the water, I'm walking by the water. Something about the water sets the mind at ease. Rinse away the clutter, makes me feel clean, makes me feel clean, makes me feel clean.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel a compulsion to put my feet in the water somewhere. That's
Not in
Awesome.
the golf pond with the runoff from all the chemicals.
Yeah, but if you think about all the golf balls in the bottom, you get a nice foot massage.
yeah. Well, I was going to sing a song about heartbreak and betrayal and rekindled love,
Go
but
ahead.
nah, I'm You made me think of something else. This I used to write for I did music in churches for a long time, and so kind of everything I wrote was with a thought of like, well, I want to perform this somewhere, so it's got to fit in a church context, and it was wonderful, but also you kind of get trained into that. And this is one of the first songs that I wrote that I was like, it's about nothing. And as I was writing it, and actually I think as I was performing it after I wrote it, I realized like, oh, this is maybe it's about something very deep in reality, but it's just kind of a memory I had about a trip my wife and I took to Normandy, to Mont Saint Michel. And it's called Normandy. At Mont Saint Michel, I woke before the sun to join the morning vespers. Well, I climbed to the top as the seagulls sang to me like a rowdy band of drunken jesters. But I never found the door, so I wandered round alone, and I joined the flying prayer service instead. And I gazed out across the Norman countryside, wondering where the sun would show its head. Well, I reached back to that morning when longing fills my soul. Of all my waning memories, I'm grateful this one took hold. I close my eyes and I still feel the breeze. I feel the queasy fear of heights crawling up my knees. I taste the salt blowing in from the sea, and I lose my fears, but I find myself in Normandy. Well, the day carried on and we journeyed up to Bruges, and I got my fill of Belgian chocolate. And I kept thinking back to my morning in the clouds, wondering what experience could top it. Well, I reached back to that morning when longing fills my soul. Of all my waning memories, I'm grateful this one took hold. I close my eyes and I still feel the breeze. I feel the queasy fear of heights crawling up my knees. I taste the salt blowing in from the sea, but I lose my fears, and I find myself in Normandy. In Normandy. Wait. Actually, maybe it was Brittany. Thank you very much. I wrote that song, and I was very happy, and I played it for my wife, and that was her. She goes, "Well, actually, not to throw too much of a wrench in this, but you could have been looking at Brittany at that moment." So I said, "Well, the song's already written." So.
It's on my bucket list to go see Mont Saint Michel.
You should. It's
really incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the visuals there too, and the salt air. It's beautiful. Yeah.
It was a song that was like about nothing but everything. And yeah. A song about memories. and how they take place. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's cool to hear other songwriters' songs. It makes me not think about myself so much. Like, you know, you get other inspiration. It's great. Well, I have a song that just came out a couple days ago. Well, no, it was now like a week or two ago. But it was about my great aunt who died on the Green River on the border of Kentucky and my grandfather would say Missouri, but Missouri. And yeah.
If you're from there.
Yep, no, and he was from Cape Girardeau, but my family ended up moving to Oregon. My grandfather did, but there was a story that kind of haunted our family about this member of our family named Grace Lee, and she was the one who died on the Green River, and there was just always a lot of mystery surrounding her death, and my mom did a little ancestry binge and figured out what actually happened and told me, and I was like, that's crazy. I'm going to write a song about that. That's wild. So this happened in 1925, almost exactly 100 years ago. Wow. In December, it'll be 100 years exactly. And it's kind of Ghost Pines-y. Wow. So I was going to play it after Ghost Pines, but then you get distracted. So this is the Ballad of Grace Lee. So if you like it, you can go stream it everywhere. It goes like this. Green River saw death, ice cold and in a long dress. Grace Mullen goes, her husband follows close behind. Only the hearth heard screams of Grace Lee on her knees, but he sure left a mark, something like a wound inside. Daddy Moon gathers up the boys, soft-spoken now, but with his voice he says that they don't have a choice. Heavy steps in the snow, the wild Green River flows. Once they reached its edge, there was nothing left of Grace. Moon silent in his chair, December haunts him every year with his memories of Grace, her pale frozen face he fears. The tombstones laid side by side, Robert Phipps and his lovely bride in the Evansville Times. History rewrites itself. The Ballad of Grace Lee. Whispers through Kentucky leaves, to dust she returned, thought there was nothing left to learn.
Wow.
Thank you.
What do you think? You want to go one more or take a break now? What's it feel like? How's everybody doing out there? You want us to go one more round, or you want to take a little wine break here? What's it feel like? One more round? Okay, then we'll take a break. Okay, sounds good. Since you're talking about historical things, you led me right down the path.
I'll be my guest.
So sometimes we find ourselves writing a song, and not that we're trying to fact check them necessarily, it just sort of happens, but if you think you're writing something that may seem somewhat historical, it just kind of naturally, like, I wonder if this really ever happened, you know? And this happened, it happened after the song had been written probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 months after I'd written it. I got really curious about whether this big storm that I'd written about had ever happened. And it turned out that there was a massive storm on the first day of summer in North Dakota, one of the biggest tornadoes in the 20th century. And what was so interesting about that is that 10 years later, a young Japanese meteorologist came to the United States to study weather in the United States. And began collating data, collecting stuff that he'd been able to get for previous decades. And this indeed was the biggest storm. This fellow's name was Theodore Fujita, and his information and his system became what we now know as the F scale for tornado severity, which is the Fujita scale. Anyway, so this is a song that grew out of that, although I didn't know it at the time when I wrote it. This is called A Bargain Against the Barley. Late spring of 57, sun and rain in a perfect dance for growing the golden grain that my father's father knew. After 10 years of hard times and debts of circumstance, his ship was finally coming home. Skies were cobalt blue. Summer came rolling in on a glorious wave of light. Days flowed together like a river passing through. Grandpa loved those barley fields shimmering in his eyes. Living east of Fargo, harvest couldn't come too soon. But there's a bargain against the barley, handshake might seem firm. Bargain against the barley, and no one can know the terms. Fate's a gamble, borrowed luck, the dealer takes his due. There's a bargain against the barley, waiting for a rendezvous. On a lazy Thursday afternoon, another soft rain like before. But then clouds grow green and dark, heavy sound of distant drum. Cold wind is whipping up, better check the cellar door. Racing to shut the barn, something wicked this way comes. roaring across the plains, slamming through sleepy towns. Stones fly from heaven, splinters driven into trees. Black fingers stabbing into earth, ripping fertile ground as they tear out summer's roots, leaving nothing to be seen. Grandpa shudders to his knees, there's nothing to be seen. Well, there's a bargain against the barley buried in the earth. Bargain against the barley, hardest lesson to be learned. Fate's a gamble, borrowed luck, the dealer takes his due. Always a bargain against the barley, waiting for a rendezvous. Another year, then another, slow to renew. Always a bargain against the barley, best count your blessings few. Thank you. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, well, I guess we're going to take a little break now because there's some tuning issues we got to do. But let's get up and take a stretch and have some tuning issues. All right.
Rick Sway song is haunting me.
Maybe a year or two ago. Yeah, it's a nice guitar. Yeah. Kevin got it for me. Well, getting older and my arthritis, and I have a big guild, so I just needed a smaller guitar.
Huh.
So it. Yeah, so it's a breeze to play, which helps for me. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm just gonna put these on the ground. I'll get them for you.
Okay. I got to retune. Okay. Yep. Yes. Yes, I do.
I love that song about at the crossroads.
Oh.
That was great. I love both your songs, but that was really fun, evocative, and fun.
Oh, good. That's a new one.
Cool night.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Which is
My
really
wife-
depressing.
My wife was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's very gracious of her. She's heard all these songs enough, you know.
What's that?
It's gracious of her to come out. She's
Yeah.
already heard these songs enough. But
My husband and I played here, and it was like, okay. And there was three acts.
mm-hmm.
It was wonderful.
An
music.
actual show, yeah.
Yeah, and nobody was here. That's the part that I don't miss. Dragging people out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I'm going to apply. I'm starting to apply for festivals. I've never played a festival. I really want to, but I'm going to apply for the Tumbleweed Festival in.
Michael plays that.
Oh.
Yeah, well, Jan said she might leave, so she wanted to hear the song. But then I have to tune for our song. But I'm almost ready.
How we doing, Michael? We doing? No, are we doing good? Are we afford? Yeah. How are you rating our?
Oh, it's great.
Okay. Okay.
I would like a letter grade, please.
Yeah. Right, yes. We need a number or a letter grade.
Grade 7, grade 6. This grade is like,
Right. I would just say it's so great. It's just so great. You're just so great. Oh my gosh. I keep going to song camps. I went to the Sisters Folk Festival song camp.
Oh.
It was so fun. And everywhere I kept raising my hand and being like, "May I go to the bathroom?" And everybody was like, "You can just go." But I'm so close from being from college that I still like. I want to be respectful, you know. I don't want to just get up in the middle of your lecture.
Yeah.
They're like, "No, we'd rather you just leave."
Yeah, don't call attention to it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, stop. Yeah.
Classic, yeah. But I thought that would end in college, and then it just got worse. I thought it would end after high school.
Blood for Gold.
Gracely song was amazing. Green River.
Thank you. Yep.
So
That's
good.
it. That's it.
Love everything about it. Literally everything about it.
It's the same as the John Down Ballad.
all right, we are back. Thanks for hanging out with us and staying and enjoying a little bit of libation.
Okay.
Everybody knows that sound.
Well, I was going to play a nice introspective song, but Jan didn't want it. So Jan gets what Jan wants. No, I'm just happy they came out. So. Oh, I don't know. Oh, right. Yes, he should be hearing this. This song I wrote, why did I write it? I wrote it for my kids. I took my son to the Oregon Symphony to see, it was the Hunger Games time, and they did the whole thing, the Hunger Games, and it was about the hero's journey, and of course I had to make it about me, and what about me? and what was my heroine's journey? So I was like, okay, well, let's see. I'm a woman of a certain age. That would be I Dream a Genie, Bewitched. They had magic powers. Yeah, that was good. TV, Latchkey Kid. And then I thought, no, because their stupid boyfriends would never let them use their magic to clean the house. So I was like, those are not my heroes. So I went back a little further, and Dorothy was the real deal. And this is called Ruby Red Slippers. Oh, feel free to sing along.
You want some bass?
Yeah, just follow. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a shaker?
It might be a shaker song, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
I've got one. So,
But if you feel like singing, it's really hard. You have to say yes, yes, yes. There's a storm on the horizon. Feel the fear it's seeping in. Even the animals are hiding, waiting for it to end. Lock the doors and board the windows. Some have even gone below. In my closet hangs my armor, rarely ever show. Then I gather up my courage, fill my heart with love, tighten the wheels that keep turning, put on my armor and I hope in that door. I got my ruby red slippers, blue gingham dress. I click my heels 3 times. I say yes, 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 yes. Cease that chatter of a monkey mind. All those witches gonna scatter when they see the rainbows in my eyes. Here we go. There are forces in the corners, sometimes fierce, sometimes fair. Sometimes the only choice is walk softly, be prepared. Seems like a lot of hell to get to heaven. Seems like they're on the same street, both paved with good intentions, paved with yellow bricks. Then I gather up my courage, fill my heart with love, tighten the wheels that keep turning, put on my armor and I hope in that door. I got my ruby red slippers, blue gingham dress, click my heels 3 times and I say yes, 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 yes. Cease that chatter of a monkey mind. All those witches gonna scatter when they see the rainbows in my eyes, in my eyes. Let's do the chorus again. I got my ruby red slippers, blue gingham dress. I click my heels 3 times. I say yes, 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 yes. Cease that chatter of a monkey mind. All those witches gonna scatter when they see the rainbows in my eyes. Thank you for singing. Thank you for singing.
Yeah, I don't think I have to explain this one. It's a song I wrote. If you find out later I stole this from another song, please tell me. Although it's probably a really old song, and it's in the public domain. But I say that. I guess I should explain that. I say that because this is, as any songwriter knows, like it's hard to write a song that you walk away from like, yeah, it's finished and it's ready to go. And this is one of the songs I've written that just kind of felt like it just landed in my head, and it just came really easily. So it was one of those things that I always worried, like, you know, did I just steal a Van Halen song or something and turn it into a folk song, or who knows? But it's called Eulogy. When I die, lay me down in the forest, food for every beast. Let this flesh be of use one last time. Let my existence conclude with a feast. Open me up, plant an acorn inside me. Welcome the birds to nest. May I give shade to the wayfaring stranger. May my remains offer comfort and rest. Well, come one and all, eat your fill of my carcass. Take all my nourishment. Let me return to the earth and her creatures. Offer me up when my last breath is spent. Don't waste your time on memorializing any of my life's works. Time conquers all, and my life is a vapor, gone in a breath, every blessing and curse. If my name is remembered forever, if all of time forgets, I will be gone into peace, into slumber, never disturbed in my eternal rest. Well, come one and all, eat your fill of my carcass. Take all my nourishment. Let me return to the earth and her creatures. Offer me up when my last breath is spent. Well, I'm afraid of letting go, of knowing I'll be gone tomorrow. When I die, lay me down in the forest, food for every beast. Let this flesh be of use one last time. Let my existence conclude with a feast.
I love that song, man. Just so wonderful. Yeah.
I remember you playing that at Lane Cellars.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful there
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
Yeah. I also remember being like, "Is this an old folk song?" Because
Yeah.
it just has the like
Yeah.
line of a. I don't think it is. I tried to think this time, like, is it anything that I remind you of? But no, I think you got a real original one there.
A friend of mine told me if it is something, it's something old that's in the public domain. And by the way, that's what Woody Guthrie and all those guys used to do anyways. So.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
We've had I won't say who, but we've had a relative in the family who we did a green burial for him early in the year. And so this just totally touches that nerve.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
Love it.
I'm gonna lighten it up. You said Catholic schoolgirl song.
Yeah.
This is my Catholic schoolgirl song.
Yeah.
This is it. I wrote it. I went to Central Catholic, so just a couple blocks up that way in Southeast, and it was the first song I ever wrote and recorded. And it's called New Girl, and it was about my very first boyfriend I ever had. And he started dating like the coolest girl in school right after we broke up, which didn't hurt my feelings at all. I just wrote this song, and then I think we went on summer break, and yeah, that's a way to end a conversation. So this is called New Girl. I wish I could be your new girl, with Saturn eyes and long dark curls, a cosmic smile that rocks your world, and all the boys revolve around her. And your new girl has time to spare, to change like the tides with your every care, and riding in your odyssey, and readjusting the passenger seat. I wish I was your new girl, starring in your everyday dream. And your new girl has time to spare, to change like the tides with your every care, and riding in your odyssey, and readjusting the passenger seat. And she's new to the games you play, when you never mean what you say, running in circles black and gray, rewriting history until it stays. I wish I was your new girl, starring in your everyday dream. I wish I was your new girl. I wish I was your new girl. I wish I had the time to give you everything and make you mine. And make you mine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I like that you said it didn't hurt my feelings. How did that happen? It's like you went for the, like you said, the cutest girl in the school, or what was it you said?
The coolest.
Coolest. Oh, coolest. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you like that's okay. I'm glad to be clear.
Yeah, I was like, I hope she's okay. I hope she's. I hope she has a good go at it.
Right on.
Didn't work out for me, but.
Let's see here. Where are
They're not together anymore, so I won, you know.
She probably loves that song.
She doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
Yet. Yet.
we? Come on. So I guess I'm kind of stuck on the storm theme here. This is a song I don't get to play very often. Probably about, I don't know, 9 or 10 years ago, I was sitting at the old Artichoke. Some of you may remember up on Hawthorne. And it was wintertime or maybe fall, like this very blustery storms. It was about the time we were reading about some pretty bad things storm-wise happening across the Midwest. And I just found myself writing some lines, you know, while I was sitting there listening to someone else play. And eventually I remembered something I'd forgotten as a child, that I believed that storms were caused by a creature that lived in the clouds somehow. And I don't know what, chalk it up to cartoons when I was young or whatever. But I realized that I had never given that creature a name. And I decided that I would write the song and call him Nimbus after those clouds. So. Streaking phantom stormlight, piercing through the blue air, lightning hurls itself against barn doors, circling the wagons and scented grasses. Nimbus is always here, stalking swirling winds, smiling at bright-eyed children. Only they can truly see him. Some are still afraid of his noisy crashes. He comes with open heart, as we lived when we were young, before our coats of many colors from our shoulders too soon hung. But Nimbus, you remember, you keep our treasure safe, banging on your pots and pans, try to help us escape. Now your voice is stronger, more than long ago. Is it true we're farther from the places we call home? You try to wake us, lost in our passions. And though we always wait for you to appear, you hide yourself in the atmosphere. You only come at times that you choose. I know you won't forget us or lose the magic spell. There is so much more than history may tell. Rousing from our sleep amid white flashes, Nimbus, you are with us always. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to do a song that Michael Henchman produced off my last project. And we were trying to remember where we met. And we think we met at Jan's house.
At the lake house. Yeah.
So Jan used to have people come over and musicians in the community. And I played this song, and Michael liked it. And I feel like we knew each other longer than that, but I don't know.
Another life, maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, Michael's been a great friend to me.
We tune because we care.
I wrote this song. I lived in Wisconsin for about 10 years. Florida, Wisconsin, Washington. Both my kids were born there. And being a Florida girl, I really did not like the winters. So I was always scheming how to get out of there. And my sister, I mean, it was beautiful. I lived in Madison, great town. It's like a mini Portland. But my sister was like, well, you could go live in the Bahamas and work for Rayovac and make minimum wage and bring your kids there. It's like, yes, perfect. So I'm a grass is always greener girl, but now I'm a woman, so I'm over that. But I got a map, and I was just like, yeah, 'cause we used to go to the Bahamas. The Bahamas was the cheap place to go when you're from Florida on vacation, so I knew the Bahamas. But there's a little town there called Small Hope Bay, and I wrote a little lullaby for my children when we were in Wisconsin in the farmhouse off the side of the highway, dreaming about living in the Bahamas. The sun is come and gone. Now it's night. Close your eyes. Listen to the cars go by. Leave behind the cares of the day. For the light that shines for us all in Small Hope Bay. Above the farms and fields we will fly. Follow the highway to the waterside. We'll chart a course through the Milky Way. For the light that shines for us all in Small Hope Bay. Hold my hand as we make our flight. Chasing our dreams through the night. Pressed against the silvery stars is a silhouette in sand with outstretched arms. Michael. town we will spy mermaids and teddy bears surfing the brine. Before you sleep, let us pray that all God's children find small hope bay. Before you sleep, let us pray. All God's children find small hope bay.
Goodness.
Michael Henchman. Do you want to hear the recorded version? You can find it anywhere on the internet. So he did. I just sang and played the guitar. He did everything else.
We did a few other things.
It's beautiful. I want to visit. I want to visit Small Hope Bay. I love that line. May all God's children find.
Isn't it something? Yeah, that was
Such a great line.
when she was playing it. We were at Jan's Lake House, and there was about 30 songwriters out there on the deck in the, just at dusk, looking out over the lake, and she played that song. I'm like, oh, can I arrange that? That's so gorgeous. So
this is a song I wrote about. Well, it's about several different women in my life that have come into my life, and probably some women in your life too, and I suppose in a way about me as well. So it's called $1 Million Woman. $1 Million woman with the $2 man, trusting her treasure in the devil's hands. Well, she will give and he will take, multiplying her mistake. Yeah. Ooh. Well, the pain of life is amplified when childhood dreams are cast aside. What could have been, what price was paid, when the years of promise are sanded away. Oh, yeah. $1 Million woman, see through the smoke. $2 man, well, I hope you choke. $1 Million woman, so much to give. Oh, honey, come on and live. Yeah. $1 million baby dragged in his wake. Yeah, life of promise fed to a snake. $1 million future sold for ash, racing towards a fiery crash. Oh, yeah. $1 Million woman, see through the smoke. $2 man, well, I hope you choke. $1 Million woman, so much to give. Oh, honey, come on and live. Yeah, yeah. $1 Million
$1 woman, escape this pain. Find you a love that doesn't bruise and stain. Oh, $1 million woman, so much to give. Oh, honey, come on and live. Honey, come on and live. Oh, honey, come on and live.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a lot of money in between there. It was a wide-ranging household
Big
right
disparity,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
$1.2 million.
Yeah. I just came from a songwriting camp where my whole goal was I had pretty much no job. I have a job, kind of, but I virtually have no job other than playing music. And I was like, I'm going to spend the whole week and I'm going to try and just write a song because I hadn't written a song in like a year. It'd been a really long time. And I wrote 4.
Yeah.
I was very happy. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Putting the time away, you know, it helps. So anyway, but this is a song that I'd been meaning to write for forever because I wrote a lot of sad songs about leaving New York and how depressing it was. But I love New York and I loved living in New York. And so I was kind of always waiting for a song that was a positive song about New York. And so I ended up writing this song that I call my Gen Z love song. It's the love song for the generation is The World's Burning. Although I feel like every generation maybe thinks the world is burning at the time. But yeah, I think people in my generation had a really hard time being vulnerable for a really long time. Like we were all policing each other. And I think that's still happening a little bit. But a funny thing happens when the world's burning is that everyone becomes a little bit more vulnerable. And putting your feelings out there doesn't seem so scary if the world might end. So that's what this song's about, and it's called Times Square's A-Burnin'. And I hope you guys like it. Times Square's a-burnin', and my feet are hurting. I'm pulling the curtains and leaving for certain. Times Square's a-burnin', and long done my learning. No, I should be deserting, but I'm here at your door. Times Square's on fire, babe, but we'll be out on your fire escape, lighting up hand-rolled cigarettes. We'll watch it all burn down, resurrected from bodegas are smoking, but you still got me a-hoping. Maybe we could make just one last trip. Lean in and let me know. I'll buy your Skittles and your Diet Coke and say goodbye to the cat on the way out. Times Square's on fire, babe, but we'll be out on your fire escape, lighting up hand-rolled cigarettes. We'll watch it all burn down, resurrected from the ground. You and me, what do you say? Times Square's on fire, babe. We're taking lemons, making lemonade, and slowly waltzing through the flames. We'll watch it all burn down, then resurrected from the ground. So, you and me, what do you say?
You can use my guitar and stand between you. Oh, no, you do it. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. So we've got time for one more.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Got one more here for you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and listening. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Michael.
And yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
to
Thank you,
Marianne,
Michael.
Jeremy, and Aslan. Thanks to you all being here. Thanks to Hester on video back there and Mitch on our bar tonight. And I don't remember who's. Thank you.
Susan.
On the door. Thank you. I'll close on an up note here.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. I grew up in a military family and made a lot of moves. Spent some time in Europe and back and forth between the coasts. And a lot of times when we were moving, my dad and I would do the station wagon thing first and go scope out the new place to live, and then the rest of the family would come. So I got to see a lot of the country on those moves. And so some of my favorite parts, even though I love the mountains and I've been living in the Pacific Northwest for a long time, and I lived in Alaska for a long time, but some of my favorite parts were in the Midwest, just because the sky was so big and the land was so flat and you could just see forever, you know. And during the times we passed through, I used to occupy myself. There were so many fields of corn, and the corn was sometimes planted kind of at an angle to the road, not straight out or parallel. And so I would do this with my eyes really fast, trying to see if I could see between the rows while we were driving. And I just loved the sense of when the heat would come down towards the end of the day, and we started looking for a hotel, but from the AAA guidebook. But we start to see some fireflies. And so really, really beautiful time in my life. All right. That's not in tune. Sorry. Okay, here we go. This is from Travels Across the Heartland. Pulled in to a AAA motel. It's 1972. Pool outside with a chain link fence, painted aqua blue. There's a drawer in the nightstand, Gideon's Bible waiting there. Small welcome for a stranger that someone placed with care. 'Cause in that age there was a welcome mat everywhere you went. People smiled and shook your hand and talked about good sense. Living in the heartland, living in the heartland, living in the heartland. There is coffee at the office. It's morning, bright and true. Packed the car for another day. Soon I'm driving through. Birds up on the singing wires, echo melodies in their wings. St. Christopher on my dashboard with a prayer that it brings. 'Cause in that age there was a welcome mat everywhere you went. People smiled and shook your hand, and they talked about good sense. Living in the heartland, living in the heartland, living in the heartland. think about that time, chasing back blue highways, wonder what I'd find, what I'd find. Warm wind stirs the wheatgrass, waves move like water, rolling towards a golden shore out across forever. And it's sunny in the heartland, memories that we keep. Next horizon is just beyond this one that we can see. 'Cause in that age there was a welcome mat everywhere you went. People smiled and they shook your hand and talked about good sense. Living in the heartland, living in the heartland, living in the heartland. Out there under blue skies, out there under blue skies. Yes, it's sunny in the heartland. Ooh. Yes, it's sunny in the heartland. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and being here tonight. And thanks to Artichoke for hosting.
Thank you, Mitch and Susan and Olivia. I really enjoyed it. We should do it again.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say, if anybody has any suggestions,
Do this every night.
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll,
Yeah.
line up places to play together.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
I'm always open,
Okay.
especially Washington.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all. Yeah.
What was the artist you said she was doing covers of? Phoebe Bridgers. Yeah.
See, aren't you glad you came?